Over the past few years, something interesting has happened. There are actually a lot of things I just don't buy at the grocery store anymore. Not because I'm trying to be extreme, and not because I'm completely self-sufficient. It's just because, little by little, I've built a different food system. Some of these may surprise you. Some of my food I grow myself. Some I hunt or fish for. Some I forage in the wild or even in town. Some comes directly from local farmers. And a few things I just buy in bulk a couple times a year or even less. Today, I thought I'd walk you through how all of that works and the things I rarely buy from the grocery store anymore. One of the biggest changes I made was simply starting to buy food directly from local farmers and ranchers. Around here, I can buy things like beef, pork, which gives me tallow and lard as well, raw milk, farm eggs, local honey, and even chickens raised by Hutterite colonies. The quality is incredible, and it keeps money in the local community. And when you know the farmers raising your food, it just feels different than grabbing something off a shelf at the store. Another big food source for me is wild food. I fish when I can, and I've hunted deer during the fall. Wild game is probably the most local food you can possibly eat. From one deer, I can make grilled steaks, slow roasted cuts, pressure canned meat, smoked meat, jerky, and summer sausage. My son also hunts pheasant, and eventually I'd love to get into hunting pheasant, grouse, and turkey myself. Those are skills that fit perfectly with the life I want to build someday. Even though I grow a lot of food, there are still some staple ingredients that make sense to buy in bulk. I order a lot of things from Azure Standard, like cane sugar for canning and baking, dry beans to make up for my harvest, corn for the same reason, wheat berries for flour. I actually mill the wheat berries into flour when I bake. Although I admit, for convenience, I still keep some King Arthur flour around for my sourdough. Bulk staples help fill the gaps when my garden doesn't produce enough. There are also a few things I still buy from stores, but only in bulk. Things like jasmine rice and basmati rice, coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, white vinegar, and oats. Buying these in bulk means I only need to buy them a few times a year instead of every week. My garden replaces a surprising amount of food. Every year I grow things like lettuce, corn, potatoes, carrots, green beans, onions, garlic, peas, herbs, tomatoes, cabbage, squash and melons, berries, peppers, kale and broccoli, and so much more. Obviously, a garden doesn't replace everything from the grocery store, but it replaces a lot more than people realize. One of my favorite food sources is foraging. There's an incredible amount of food growing wild if you learn to recognize it. Around here, I gather things like mushrooms, June berries, plums, wild grapes, chokecherries, black walnuts, spruce tips, juniper berries, dandelions, and crab apples that grow in town, and medicinal herbs. I even collect things like birch sap and box elder sap in the spring for syrup. Some of these get eaten fresh, but a lot of it gets turned into things like homemade vinegars, wines and mead, jellies, and liqueurs. With everything I grow, hunt, and forage, my kitchen ends up producing a lot of food too. I make things like sauerkraut, kimchi, pickled vegetables, canned fruits and vegetables, canned meats, salsas and sauces, baked goods, herb salts and rubs. It's a lot of work, but it's also incredibly satisfying. I'm definitely not completely self-sufficient, and honestly, that's not the goal. The goal is just to rely on the system a little less every year, and rely a little more on skills, land, and community. And in a lot of ways, this is all practice for the homestead I hope to build someday.